Hey guys, this is Ken315 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with more Arifureta season 2, and we are doing episode 6 review, I believe. It's episode 6, I believe. I think it was. Yeah, it's episode 6, titled Someone Important. Um and I thought this episode was good because we get the essentially not only the foreshadowing of what's going to be happening, the setup, um, but as well as we finally get the answer from Kaori that was going on with last week from the thing of Hajime asking her, why are you going to be here? What's the reason you're going to be here and stuff like that. And yeah, but let's get into it. Also, a quick update in terms of Arifureta season 2. If you guys didn't know and you love Arifureta a lot, especially the English dub of Arifureta episode 1 officially came out today. So if you got done watching this and you checked out my review and you want to go see the first dubbed episode of Arifureta, which I'm probably going to do after I'm done recording this video, well, you can enjoy it now. So it's finally dubbed. There it goes and everything. I don't remember if I got a comment in the comment section saying that, do you know when the Arifureta season 2 dub is going to be coming out? I didn't know, but it's out now, so you can go check it out and go watch it and enjoy it. I watched the dub, and it was great for season 1 and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyways, obviously last week from Arifureta, the most important talking point of the week for last week was the whole discussion between Hajime and Kaori. The fact that Kaori is obviously in love with Hajime. We already know this and everything, which she even further says it in this episode, but she's kind of conflicted with her feelings because, well, obviously Hajime is entitled to Yue. That's the person he truly loves. And we have the whole thing with Hajime trying to tell her, listen, I don't find you, what do you bring to the group essentially, that you haven't done, already and stuff like that. So anyways, we get a pickup from that scene a little bit, but they continue on. They actually go on to the ship and they get the illusionary type of vision thing and stuff like that. And we have it to where this king is essentially talking amongst obviously these demi-humans, these obviously, animal-like people. And he's talking about how the war ended and everything. But then he just ends up being like, well, you see, the thing is, you stupid animals and stuff like that. And he's essentially in a quote-unquote way being kind of offensive to the demi-humans and everything. And he's like, please, you guys are worthless garbage trash that we can't fricking back and we can't support and everything and stuff like that. Now in the meantime, near this king who's saying all this and everything and just going crazy, there's this hooded character, and I'll get to talk about this girl in a minute because Hajime confirms it's a girl under the hood, and stuff like that. And essentially what happens in this whole thing, the I guess these royal guard members, these start killing these demi-humans and everything. And my god, it was a freaking gory scene. Now they don't show it, they show some still images of these demi-humans getting killed, but there's like literally one freaking episode panel to where you see an arm limb falling off and then something else, I forgot what it was, and then all of a sudden you have a head just flying in the freaking screen. And I'm like, wow. I was actually like shocked that they showed a pretty gory scene. Like Arifureta, it has its dark moments and stuff like that, and it does show blood and everything, but I'm like, my god, they don't go to like dang near we see actual decapitations and loss of limbs and stuff like that. Well, I know Hajime lost his arm and stuff like that, but it's like, dude, what? And it goes to show me that this king was screwed up in the head and everything. Now the king's walking back to the back of the ship and everything, and we see this hooded person. This hooded person gets a glimpse at Hajime. Feels like this hooded person apparently knows that okay, this person's here and stuff like that. And Hajime can tell it's a girl. Also, too, we see a little bit of the hair color. It's like that silverish hair, because if you watch the opening of Arifureta, you know Hajime, and even at the start of episode 1, Hajime is fighting some angel looking goddess character with that looks similar, that has the similar colored hair. So you have to wonder, is this girl the same thing? We even see at the end of the episode the nun lady who took Aiko into this whole locked up prison stable thing. They essentially showed the face, and it looks like the said person Hajime is gonna fight, I'm guessing, at the end of the season, and stuff like that. So anyways, they continue on a, you know, before this, Kaori actually kind of gets a little sick and everything. She's about to start puking and throwing up. I wouldn't blame her. I would probably be doing the same thing after seeing all that. But they walk back. They end up getting, you know, surrounded by obviously these Royal Guard members that are just kind of just created right then and there. Kaori gets pulled back and everything. Hajime takes out the freaking, you know, army people, the Royal Guard people. He goes back to save tries to find Kaori. Kaori just sneakily comes out of the dark. I'm like, this is either an illusion or something else. And it's not an illusion, because Kaori's kind of trying to put herself all over Hajime and everything, but Hajime, well, shoots her in the jaw. And I'm like, wow. But we essentially find out that there was this spirit that is essentially controlling Kaori's body. And essentially Hajime is like, get out of Kaori's body, otherwise, you know, I'm going to finish you off. And essentially the spirit within Kaori is like, well, you really want to kill the person, you know, you really want to kill this girl. I thought she was your friend and everything. You really want to kill her right now, but go ahead, kill her. And Hajime, just in a grand scheme of things, saying, listen, my bullets are filled with magic. They're not going to hurt or affect Kaori anytime. They will affect you, though. And guess what? I won't kill you because I won't kill you. I'm just going to torch you. And he gives one of the craziest scenes where his aura is just like, you better get out of her damn body or else. Otherwise, you're going to be living in hell. And he goes on to say, like, I will continue to torture you till you give Kaori her body back and everything. And this kind of scares that spirit or whatever thing that possessed Kaori. It scared her out, scared it away and stuff like that. But in this whole thing, he goes on to say, like, listen, you better get out of her body because she's someone who's important, really important to me. Which, funny enough, is the title of this episode, Someone Important. So because the spirit, I'm guessing, who possessed Kaori is too afraid, gets out of Kaori's body. Kaori sees this. She wakes up, and you know, he kind of leans in a little bit close to wonder if she's okay, and she's right, and she essentially recovers. She gets up, and well, she kisses Hajime on the lips. So I guess if you're a Kaori fan, you're freaking like just jumping up for joy. I'm a Kaori fan. She's my favorite girl out of the bunch. Shay is a close second. And stuff like that. And obviously Hajime is like, why'd you do that? And she's like, well, I finally made up my mind with what I want to do. And I want to be, obviously, with you guys. Essentially, Kaori, essentially, her meaning is she realizes that Yue is Hajime's number one. But the number one thing is she wants to always be by Hajime because she loves him and she cares about him and stuff like that. And she has she essentially has a complete understanding of where she lies in terms of how Hajime feels about her, and she's okay with that. And stuff like that. I did like the whole, you know, I thought it was cool, and I did like the whole line. I think I don't remember if she said it to Hajime directly in that one scene, or if she told him when they met up with the other girls and stuff like that, of the fact that I want Hajime to be someone special. I don't want him to just see me as somebody, just a friend. I want him to see me as somebody special, not just important, somebody special to him, which I thought was nice and adorable. So if you're a Kaori fan, this was your episode, and stuff like that. But anyways, they end up going to the main area to get the, I guess, whatever thing they needed, they collected. They meet up with the other girls. They meet up with Tio, Shea, and Yue. It was funny because when they all showed up, Tio's like, wait, what happened? Did you guys do some lovey-dovey crap? Essentially insinuating that they freaking did it, or they... That's the only PG way I could say it. But freaking Hajime is like, get the fuck out of here. And he did the thing he did back from season 1, and she's like, oh man, I've never got that from Master in such a long time. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Tio is hilarious, bro. And then Hajime is kind of on the side as the other girls are talking. He's just like, oh my frick, God. But essentially, that's when Kaori kind of tells the other girls, like, oh yeah, I kissed Hajime. And Sheia's like, oh, you kissed him too? Oh, cool. And that's essentially Yue and Kaori kind of a talk, and essentially it's Yue essentially accepting Kaori fully into the group by saying, okay, I see you as I see you as a rival, but you know what, you're all right, I like you, and stuff like that. And obviously Kaori's telling Yue, like, listen, I understand where you lie in this, but I want it to where Hajime says he saw me as an important person, but I also want him to realize that I want to be somebody special for him. I also thought it was funny too, before they even meet up, she was like, so do you think you can tell me what you said earlier to me? I thought that was funny. Kaori kind of brought it up, and Hajime's like, please, I'm not going to say that again. Which obviously goes to show you that Hajime does care about all of these girls and stuff like that, even though he kind of treats all of them kind of roughly in their own images and stuff like that. He's kind of that character that doesn't like to show emotion, because he's kind of that tough character that doesn't want to show that, oh, I'm kind of a softie at heart. Everything, my heart's just hardened a bit, but you can clearly tell he's a big old softie, and stuff like that. So I like this resolution between Hajime and Kaori understanding where she lies in this whole thing. She knows, okay, I may not be Hajime's number 1, but hey, who's to say I can't be his number 2, or maybe make him finally admit that I'm special to him, and stuff like that. So yes, anyways, like I said, they grab the this thing. They say, Shea is like, well, great, now that we got all 4 of the things we need, we can actually go back to the one labyrinth with the trees and everything, and be able to freaking enter that and get the labyrinth puzzle and stuff like that, and maybe get the hell out of here, and stuff like that. They also are then confronted by the same liquid goo monster thing they saw in last week's episode that almost killed them, that made them have to split up in the first place. And it's looking like all hope's lost, but Hajime's like, well, I got this one thing where I can finish this off, but I'm gonna need 3 minutes to do this attack. And it's looking like they're not gonna have the 3 minutes, and because the monster's looking like it's gonna swallow them whole. But lo and behold, we see this school of fish attack this said slime creature, and oh my god, I did not see this coming back. And if you remember the fish that Hajime freed back in season 1, well, thank goodness he freed that fish. But I think it was the fish's name is Leo. I forgot its name. But that said fish with the funny face actually came back and saved Hajime. And he's like, yeah, I sensed something going on. And lo and behold, hey, I came across you and I helped you out and everything. And essentially he bought Hajime enough time to be able to do the attack. It defeated the slime monster to have them, I guess you can say, continue on with their journey and stuff like that, which was hilarious because the Leo was like, please tell me next time when you're gonna do a big explosion. So great shout out to Mr. Facefish over there. Anyways, the episode ends off with us going back to the kingdom. Shizuku and the other classmates are there, and they're just wondering, like, where is like Aichan and everywhere? She's been at this divine mountain for a long time. She's supposed to be back by now. And then I think they said they insinuated somebody else, and I think one of their classmates are not there too. And then all of a sudden the one Royal Guard main, captain is like, he's coming across to them, and they're like, hey, do you know where Aichan is? And he's like, no, I don't. Why? Did something happen? and everything. And essentially, we find out that he's also been doing an investigation because things are weird. Because also the guards are gone too. The royal guard members are gone. And then the last bit of the episode is we see Ai-chan in a jail stable, I'm guessing. And we see the nun figure, and you see the transparent look of her face. And it looks similar to the one girl we saw Hajime fight in episode 1 of this season. And essentially she's saying like, the king essentially, you know, doesn't want you truly being involved in dictating this whole thing with Hajime and everything. You know, we're going to play a different game here and stuff like that. And that's where the episode ends off. So I wonder, is that person from we saw at the start of season 2, episode 1, Hajime's fighting, is he fighting this person? Is this nun the same person we see in the first part of the first episode? Very intriguing. And again, this said nun looks similar to the hooded figure we saw when Kaori and Hajime were in that little, I guess, warping back in time type of thing. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see where the story's gonna go. So yeah, I'm guessing now that they got all the objects they need, maybe Shizuku calls Hajime and say Ai-chan's gone and we don't know where to look for her. We need to find her. I don't know. But anyways, good episode. I enjoyed it. We got the resolution to Kaori's whole thing, stuff like that. I definitely loved Kaori sneaking in a kiss. You might as well do it. Hajime again is lucky. He's got all these chicks on his team, and stuff like that. Trust me. I'd freaking make sure I'm like all these freaking girls, but whatever. Anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Arifureta, as well as are you going to watch the Arifureta English dub if you are a fan of the English dub, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Arifureta content, as well as any more Winter of Anime 2022 content. We're getting closer to the end because only in about a month or two we're going to be in spring of anime 2022, and I can't wait for the lineup we get there, especially Shield Hero. But anyways, I'm gonna get it for guys. Hopefully guys have a great rest of your day or whenever you're checking this video. Until then guys, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.